2023, Overwatch 2's first full year coming up. Some people could play last year for a little bit, but it was sporadic, and then of course it launched at the end of the year. But this is our first full year, so we get to see how the devs end up doing and how often we see patches and content being pushed out to the live game. I'm going to split this video up into two categories: esports content and general content. This video, however, is not about balance. It is not about the balance of the game. I just want to get that out there because I know someone's going to comment about the balance of the game. It is nothing about that. It's just the features that I want to see added. So let's cover the general content first, since that is the majority of the player base, since esports is still pretty small in the grand scheme of things, in the grand scheme of like gaming. The first thing I want to see added, and the biggest thing in fact, is an in-game tournament system. Tournaments that maybe could run 2 or 3 times per ranked season, once a month. Not sure how often they'd want to do it. I can make a whole video on it, I'm going to be very honest. But I'm going to give you some, like 2 really quick bullet points of how I'd want it to work. So you would group up with similarly skilled players or friends. You know, if you have those things, and some people don't, that's fine. You would be matched against players also of similar skill. How this will work, I don't know. There are very smart people behind the scenes working out how to make matchmaking systems at Blizzard, and I do trust them when they come out with different patches and balances and to the matchmaking system as a whole. So how you'd match up against those people, I don't know. Maybe it's just a big pool of teams, and then you just queue up, and then you queue into one of those teams at a set time during a week. So maybe the tournament lasts a week and you just kind of queue up and you make your way through your own little bracket kind of thing. I'm not sure how that would work, but there are smart people, way smarter than me, that can work out matchmaking systems like that. The other thing, of course, would be rewarding players for playing and also winning, I guess, the tournament or making it super far. So you could reward things like player cards, titles, like comp points, which I kind of made a video on already discussing competitive points, or if I haven't put that out yet, there is a video coming discussing rank rewards and comp points. So be sure to look out for that, or go watch it if I've released it already. Not sure when this is going to come out, so we'll see. In-game currency, profile pictures, etc. Maybe some charms in there too. Just something fun to reward people for doing well, or just even participating in the tournament. Maybe you get a player card for participating in tournaments and actually playing the games. Maybe you get a title for winning that month's tournament, and it lasts for a month. Some comp points every time you play a game and win a game. In-game currency if you win the whole thing. Not sure how much you'd give, but that's, again, there are people out there that, you know, smarter than me that can kind of sort out how much you should be able to win and should not. But in-game currency is always a good thing to kind of reward, I think. Profile pictures too for maybe participating and then, again, maybe winning. Tournaments are wildly different from ranked, of course. It's something that people can do together on a regular basis. Maybe, like I said, 2-3 times a ranked season, once per month. You can kind of get together as a team, as a group of friends, and just chill out and just play some like competitive games that aren't ranked. Very different environment. And it's also a good way for meeting new people too. If you had a tournament system like this, there'll probably be about 7,000 discords that would open up, trying to corral people and trying to find players for different teams around their skill level. Having something in client makes it super accessible to everybody, which is a perfect thing, which is a good thing. A brand new way to play the game. You don't have to go to a third-party website and sign up to a tournament with your group of friends. I mean, if you didn't have a team, I suppose you'd have to go to a Discord server to find a team. But in general, it's a lot more accessible if it is just in client. I can't really think of any negatives of adding an in-game tournament system at all. There is only positives here. It's a brand new way to play the game. Maybe people want to get into a tournament style system but have not really had the opportunity to do it in the past, and having one so easily accessible in the client at regular intervals during the season and year is not a bad thing at all. And you get something, a little bit of something for actually competing and maybe winning a few games in there too. Now, speaking of winning, you want to do that in ranked, right? Well, reward updates, ranked reward updates. That was the worst segue of all time. I have a video of that coming out soon, like I mentioned before. But here's the TLDR or TLDW. Too long didn't watch. Just give us more ways to spend comp points. Long-term rewards that make people go, wow, in the game. That player grinded for that. That's about it. I've got a whole video coming up for that rather soon. Now, the Battle for Olympus just ended, but the events like this should be a semi-regular thing, or at least once per season, along with the holiday events that normally happen. So you do get a splattering of different events throughout the year. Having different ways to play the game is never a bad thing. Unique rewards for partaking is just a cherry on top. If you dislike the mode, then don't play it, kind of thing. It's completely fine. Regular Overwatch is not going to go away, and it's right there at a click of a button. So just more events like the Battle for Olympus, just different ways to play, never a bad thing. Now, this is a very small thing I'm going to talk about now, but it was in the trailer for Overwatch 2 to show off the weapon charms, and that was an inspect weapon animation. Where is that? Where is that gone? Is that not added into the game? I searched high and low during the alpha and the beta for the keybind for it, and it just doesn't exist. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe they add it later. They haven't, which is really odd to me, but maybe it was just to show off the the charms. It is a feature that isn't really paramount to the success of the game, more just something to spam in-game, like sprays are at the moment. Everybody just sprays on the floor, looking down, spray on the floor, then walk forward. It's just a force of habit a lot of Overwatch players have. A nice little inspect weapon animation would be kind of cool too. All right, something quite big that's been hidden away for the longest time, since I can remember, is stats. Your actual stats in the game. There's just you click on the hero and there's just a sheet of stats. And it's, I wouldn't say it's confusing at all. You just kind of go down the list and see what you want to see, and then, yeah, you go from there. Most people just look at their win rates, though. Let's be real with ourselves. I'm not sure anybody is looking at how many sleep darts connections you get per 10. I don't think that's happening. Having trackers, though, on your profile that you could chop and change out would be an additional layer of customization for your profile in-game. I think it'd be kind of cool. These could be ranked trackers, quick play trackers, lifetime trackers, etc. So if you only play ranked or you only play quick play, you can kind of chop and change them. Or if you just do lifetime, you could do that as well. An example for Ana might be total healing, and then in brackets ranked, and then the number, I don't know, 20 million healing in ranked, you know, if you play Ana a ton. Sleep dart accuracy in ranked, or quick play, and it's like an X%. Healing denied with bio grenade. Maybe that's, you want that as a lifetime tracker, and then there's a number there that's like lifetime healing denied. Just something to kind of spice up the profile and give you something quick and visible to see. Like, whoa, okay, my sleep dart accuracy is X%, and then your friends can see that too, and the lobby can see that if you have your profile turned to public. I know a lot of people don't, but you know, if you do have it, then yeah, people can see your sleep dart accuracy, etc. If you got something impressive like a 30% headshot widow accuracy, that's pretty impressive in itself, right? So whack that on if you're a widow player. These stats are visible already if you dig through your profile, but it's just a wall of numbers like I mentioned before. Having a customizable way to quickly display certain stats that you want to display on your profile would be kind of cool. Okay, one of the biggest changes I want to see too, with some systems in the game, not like a feature that being added, a rank change. I've played ranked for, well, ever, and for over the last couple of weeks, I've noticed that it's been quite important to actually see a numerical number next to your name to show you how much you're improving. I didn't mind the initial change to the rank ladder with, you know, gold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then you go to diamond, oh, it's a plat, sorry, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, etc. GM, you know, whatever. I didn't mind that at first, but now, yeah, I reached rank 1 in GM the other week, and now I really want the old numerical system back. At least for GM Plus, please, but at that point, you might as well just give it back to everybody. We had a good run with this new system, but instant feedback for all ranks, I think, is what's needed in a game like Overwatch. The games can be fairly quick sometimes, so I want to see instant feedback. How well I'm doing. I want to see a number. It's very hard. It's still, I feel, hard to equivalate your new rank in Overwatch 2 to your old rank. I'm GM1. Am I 4.4? Am I 4.3? Maybe I'm 4.2? Am I 4.5? I don't know. It's really hard to tell. We've had the old system for so long, it was very hard to tell how good someone was. Are they just a 4K warlord? Are they a 4.4K god? You know, are they a 4.6K professional player? I want to see that. 7 wins right now to get a ranked update is way too long. And it doesn't really help you see if you're improving or not. Going up and down, like, oh, I stayed at the same rank, but like, did I? I might have gone up a little bit technically in my MMR. I would see that with numerical numbers, but I'm not seeing that in Overwatch right now. It kind of sucks. I kind of wish it would just go back to the old rank system. Right, let's talk about esports focused content. There's only a couple of bullet points here that I want to go over, but I think they're important for, you know, the healthiness of the esport in a certain extent and just giving people extra content. Pretty much, I'm just talking about content these days. Like I said, this video is not about balance of the game, it's just about content. The Overwatch World Cup is coming back this year. Team colors for each qualifying skin as drops would be a good addition to the game. Maybe if you didn't get them as a drop, they're in the store for like 100 coins or 100 league tokens or whatever they're called. just simple recolors like we've had before. It were pretty sweet. We already have team recolors. Why not add them for World Cup teams? And a lot of the team recolors too have the little emblem on them. Seoul Dynasty has the little emblem, San Francisco Shock, etc. And then you can have your country's emblem, the teams that do qualify. So you don't have to do every single country. That's kind of a limitation there. You don't want every single country. That would take so long to make those skins. Maybe not. Not sure how the skin kind of skin designing and that kind of stuff works. I'm also not sure on the logistics of using a flag in the game as well. That's another thing that might be a bit strange on the legal side of things that maybe people don't kind of think about as well. There are lots of legalities that go on with skins and voice lines and everything else. So maybe you can't use the flags. Not entirely sure, but you already use the flags as profile pictures. So I don't know. Anyway, flags on them as well would be cool. Also, charms. Why not have a country charm? If you watch the World Cup, you get a country charm from one of the top 8 teams that are playing as a drop. Or maybe, again, you can just kind of buy them. Speaking of charms, Overwatch League team charms and even souvenirs. Add Overwatch League team icons as charms. Why not? I'm shocked if they haven't already thought about these two things, but I thought I'd mention them here anyway, since this is a video about, you know, updates, and I have no insight, unfortunately, whether if they're thinking about this kind of stuff. So I would imagine they already have done, but if they haven't, do it. Blizzard, Overwatch League team charms. I want to rep Seoul Dynasty on my Ana skin. Thank you very much. Let me know what you want to see in 2023 for Overwatch 2 down in the comments below. If you've reached this far, I appreciate you all, love you all, and I'll see you next time.